Good morning, and welcome to the live feed for Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant Gaines, and I'm the practitioner of the day today. And if you will be so kind as to join me in a quiet meditation. So I breathe out all of what was, all the laundry and dishes, all the chores, and everything else. I breathe it out. And I align myself to the center. I am the center. I visualize and hold this space of connection as all things to one thing. And I know that as God is all there is, that I am also God. I speak these words into action and know with the complete conviction that it is so. I know and affirm that anyone who hears this feed, either in the present moment right now or in the future, if you hear my voice, you will know this to be true as I know it already. I know and affirm that I speak these words into action. I speak all of my words into action. And my awareness is increased through my speech. And my speech is increased through my awareness. I speak the words of oneness. And now I'll pause for quiet contemplation for a few moments. Let me contemplate the I am I am is as God is all there is. I am is God. And what is the I am that I am right now? Use me, O great I am. Move my words into action. Hold me in this gratitude. May I breathe out gratitude every moment, every day. And may I breathe in the blessings that I achieve. I am grateful to be in this oneness. I am grateful to be God's voice in action. I am grateful to remember that I am God's voice in action. I speak these words and know this to be true, that anyone who hears my voice feels this love, our love, our community love. And I know that this love is unfolding and overflowing. Know that you are loved. I clip my ties. I sever my attachments. I completely release all these words into action. I know this is already done because I've spoken it. And I release it. I set it free and know that it is done because I believe it to be true. And I am convinced and have conviction in my heart that it is already done. Completely done. And I release all of this into the cosmos, into the great what is. Completely set free. And anyone who hears my voice, who wishes to play along, may affirm this with me by saying, and so it is.
Good morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. And I am, pardon me if I'm just a little blissed out because I just experienced that beautiful treatment by Radiant, and it was just an elegance in the heart. And I am incredibly grateful and pleased that she was able to come in today. So it feels a little more like normal. It's Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene. It's Sunday, it's Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to everyone out there who has taken charge and raised something, whether it was a child, whether it was a pet, whether it was a garden, whether it was a business. When you have taken and done what is to be done, it happens and it unfolds. And it is good. And whether you were a man doing this or a woman doing this, my mother took on the role of both mother and father. So happy Father's Day to everyone who has taken on that role in whatever way, shape, or form. Center for Spiritual Living is celebrating its 50th year in the city of Eugene. We are a New Thought spiritual community, and we are part of a larger organization that grows out of the Emerson Transcendental Movement. We are cousins to Divine Science and Unity and the Unitarian Universalists. We all kind of come up through these American roots together. Right here, we happen to know that spiritually empowered people live richer and fuller lives. So our work and our mission is to inspire minds, open hearts, give people those richer and fuller lives, to help people achieve those richer and fuller lives, because it's really not ours to give, it's just that to awaken. 100 years ago, our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote a document. He was asked, what is it that we believe? And it became known as our set of principles, our Declaration of Principles. And we are on the final one today, which is number 12, the goodness of God. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. No one, no thing is exempt from the amazing beauty, the amazing grace, and the amazing good of God. I am grateful to be part of a teaching that sees our oneness, especially at a time when we are otherizing people, whether it be by the color of their skin or ego. Well, the reaction is ego-based. There is no difference because we are all part of the one infinite source, the one infinite substance, the one creator and creation. So I would ask us to stop, and where we see people being reactionary, remember, there's a beautiful song that was written by Bob Sima that's called Hurt People, Hurt People. And when people are hurting, they reach out and they hurt others. So when we see others doing things that don't appear to be loving and don't appear to be godlike, can we see those people as hurting? And can we send love instead of judgment? I am delighted today to have our practitioner, Radiant, here with us, and she's going to do an opening treatment to set the tone for today's message. So Radiant, I'm ready for you. I'm going to step out of the way and let you come up.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back in the center, centered in the center, centering the internet. So my name is Radiant Gaines, and I'm a practitioner at Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. And if you would be, I invite you to have a downward gaze or close your eyes. And take these words as your own. I speak the words of I am into action. And you are the I am that I am. I know that there is only one power, one presence, one energy that moves through all things. It is all one. And as it is all one, I am one, a part of the one, as the one, the whole one. Through my belief and through my speech, my conviction of heart carries this. And my belief is that it is so. I know and affirm that Radiant and anyone else who can hear my voice, who listens to this live stream or listens later, is aware of the speech, aware of what they say. I know and affirm that everyone speaks with the highest and best intentions, that the highest and best is unfolding now for everyone who hears my voice. And we speak with kindness and conviction and intention. I am so grateful to speak these words into action. I'm so grateful to be God's words in action, to be the vessel speaking these words, and for all of the love that I feel from this community, from the oneness, from all of the love that's in me. And I release this
way open, you stand in exactly the right spot. The window is perfectly framed within the window, within the door. Perfect. Okay. Trivial facts about the Center for Spiritual Living. You're back. I appreciate your patience with us. We are, we've come to the point in the place where I need to do the affirmation, and I'm going to ask that Liz or Riley bring the affirmation up on the screen. I'm going to read it first, and then once it comes up on the screen, hopefully the second time around, you'll be able to read it with me. I am awake and aware in this moment. I bring my intentions, my actions, and my thoughts into alignment with the One, as only I can. I speak my life into being from love and peace. And now if the affirmation is on the screen, would you say it with me? I am awake and aware in this moment. I bring my intentions, my actions, and my thoughts into alignment with the One, as only I can. I speak my life into being from love and peace. And as I've been reminding everybody this week or all month, as only I can refers to the fact that I'm creating my world. I am creating the world in which I live by the way that I focus on it, by the way that I think about it, by the way that I speak of it. And so what I am trusting and knowing, as we keep saying this affirmation over and over each time, is that we get the power that we have to create change, not only in our own lives, but in the world. And it is through speaking that we do this. I am grateful beyond measure to have music today from somebody I've known for as long as I've been in ministry. I met Karen Drucker when I was opening my center in Petaluma, and she was the music director in Corte Madera at the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living at that time. And she actually came up to Petaluma right after 9/11 and did a concert for us. And she's just the most incredibly beautiful soul. And I believe we're ready to cue her up to sing now. Today is just, we're just taking this one step at a time as the internet works with us. So thank you for your patience, and trust and know that the music we're expecting will be here just as soon as it can. Okay, I'm back. I was hoping we'd have music from Karen Drucker, and it didn't appear to be happening. So they took me away again.
Okay, I want you to sing along with me now. So if you ever thought that you couldn't sing, you hear that? You are healed. So I want you to sing along with me on this one. So it goes like this. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Ain't that the truth? I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Sing that. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Now here's the next part. You just go like this. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. All right, we have love. How about some peace? You want some peace? I start my day with peace. When I start my day, I feel that sweet release. I feel that sweet release of peace. You got it. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Then you go peace, 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 peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I feel such peace. Peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. All right, you want some joy? Let's claim joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my, everything I do is infused. Everything I do is infused. So when you get to infused, you have to go infused. No one's seeing you. Just say infused. So let's practice that again. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Very good. I saw you. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I feel such joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. You got some joy going on, I hope so. Let's go back to love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Let's just give more love. Good job.
Bless Karen. Bless Karen. She made those recordings at my request. The next there's we want after the song or after the speech as the talk, the lesson, whatever we're doing here. Anyway, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being present today. That's another one of Karen's songs is thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This month, we are looking at the whole idea of mindfulness for mavericks. The science of mind has considered itself something of a maverick or cutting edge teaching as long as it's been in existence. We are drawing on ancient wisdom to create what is a new thought in the world. And our work is to be fully and completely present, mindful to what is going on as we do that. Because essentially, the only way for us to be cutting edge is if we're out and apart from the herd. And that's what a maverick is. A maverick is someone who steps away from the herd and does not conform to what is the normal expected behavior. And so we are asked to speak freely, to think independently, and to act accordingly. To be mindful is to be aware and attentive to what's happening around us. And boy, right now that can put us on sensory and emotional overload, can't it? Those of you who know me know I love my Facebook, and I have to take a break now and again because it just becomes overwhelming to see the various posts from the various people around the world, because I'm one of those people. I'm friends with people I knew in high school and elementary school and high school. I'm friends with people I knew when I owned my bar. I'm friends with people that I worked with in business and professional women. I'm friends with people from wherever I have lived. And not all of us think alike. Some of us think just almost 180 degrees diametrically opposed. And there's a part of me that really aches when I see what some of my friends post, but I can't bring myself to block them, because if I do, I'm shutting out what other people are feeling and thinking. So I have to protect myself by just stepping away from everybody now and again. But I have to remember that to be mindful doesn't mean I'm looking out there for solutions. The stepping away allows me to step within. The stepping away allows me to do the inner work that I need to do in order to become more tuned in to the infinite. Now, I have over the years read the Greeks have two words for time: chronos, from which we get chronological, and kairos with a K, kairos. Chronos is the chronological time. It is now 10:55 in the morning on June 20th, not 2020, almost said 19. Ooh. It is in the second day, or June 21st, pardon me, and it's the second day of summer. It's the first full day after the solstice. Those are all chronological points in time. Those are quantitative things that can be measured. And that's what chronos time is. It's the time on your watch. It is quantitative. Kairos, on the other hand, is the time of, now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. It was a time that tried men's souls. It is the time to act. If not now, when? That's Kairos time. Kairos time is qualitative. Kairos time is a time of opportunity. And so we're living now in a time, in a Kairos moment, where action is what's being asked of us. The time is now. Joan Chittister has written an incredible book, Sister Joan Chittister. If you haven't seen it yet, I keep getting it backwards, but I believe it's Now is the Time is the name of the book, or it's The Time is Now. One of the two of those. Trust me, it's one of those two. But it is about how we are the ones called to create the change we're seeking. It's not to us to look to others to do that for us. The cavalry is not coming over the hill. Prince Charming is not coming up on his white charger or in his white charger. Or do they even make chargers anymore? I don't think so. I don't know. But what we have come to realize is our time is now, and we were made for this time. Whether we're in our 70s and 80s, or whether we're in our 30s, or whether we are in our teens, we are the people the souls who agreed to be here in a time such as this, a Kairos time such as this, to be part of a solution that the world has been seeking for generations. And that's daunting. That's frightening. That's just more than a little, really? Me? Now? And I think I look back at the Old Testament and remember when the story of God with Moses, and I need you to do this. Don't do me. You know, I'm not good. It is actually said, it's been said in stories, some study of I don't know how they do all this stuff, but that actually Moses was a stutterer. He was not a good speaker, and that's why he wanted Aaron to help him, because he wasn't good at that kind of stuff. We are chosen by the time, not by our outward abilities. It is what is within us that must come forth. And so we're talking today about mindful speaking, the idea of speaking mindfully. As we move into being the people of this time, I'm going to repeat a quote I used last week from Christina Martin. Let us create a story to tell our coming generations on how we came together in 2020 as one family and changed our world. Whether we are Black, white, brown, Asian, whatever our ethnicity, our race, whatever our religion, whatever our family of origin, we are called to remember. Oh, there's a beautiful song by Carl Anthony. You might try to YouTube it. His name is Carl Anthony with a K, and it's called One People. And the verse is, we are one people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are one. And that speaks so deeply to me. And I remember the picture of the Earth when Edgar Mitchell was up there in the shuttle and looking down, and for the first time seeing an image of the Earth from space, the big blue marble that we live on. And there are no border lines there. There are no fences visible from up there. I remember one time I was at a concert with Richie Havens, and he said, you know, for those of you who think you'd like to travel in space, I want to tell you something. You are. You're on a planet traveling and through space. That's what we're doing all the time together. So mindful speaking, mindful speaking. When I was in high school, I was very, very into church and very, very wanting to read the New Testament and to understand this man, Jesus, better. And in reading the book of John, I'm all of 14 years old, and you know how smart a 14-year-old can be. Oh boy, are we smart when we're 14. And I read this, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And without the Word, nothing could have come into being. And I went to my mom, and I went to my minister, and I went to all kinds of people and said, I got no clue what this means. I have absolutely no idea what this means, but I know deep down, I could hear my soul jumping up and down in some way, shape, or form. It's what I said was, I know this is the key to everything. And my minister, bless his heart, God bless Reverend Lindemann, looking down from heaven now. When he said, well, we basically understand the Word to be the Christ. And I went, I don't think so. You know, because I'm 14 and I know better. What I didn't understand then, and I didn't understand it years later, this stayed with me, this idea, this phrase, in the beginning was the Word. And then newly into this teaching, I came home from class one night and someone had broken into my apartment and stolen my VCR. That was a thing that people had that recorded TV shows, for those of you under the age of 50. But we had one of those things in our house, and we record, and mine was stolen. And I called the police, and we got my window put back on because they had just lifted my window out. You know, beautiful apartment dwelling where they could just lift the window out quite easily. And I do Lectio Divina. I do divine reading. So I just picked up my Science of Mind textbook, which I brought home with me for class, and I flopped it open and just stuck my hand down. I'm like 6 months into the teaching at that point in time or so. And what it said was, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And we understand the Word to be the creative power in the universe. And I went, why did I have to wait 30 years to find this? And then I realized in short order, I found it when I was ready to get it. The Word is the creative power in the universe. God said light, and light was. God said, let there be. When God says, let there be, he's not asking, he's not requesting. He is making a creative statement. So when we say, let there be peace on earth, we are saying, with all the spiritual authority that our word has, let there be peace on earth. Not, can I pretty please have it? But no, let it be. Let it be so. And so our word is our creative outlet. It's our creative source. It's our creative process. And it's what we need to do to make our world what we would have it be. We have the power to cause great harm, or we have the power to cause great harm through our word, or we also can have the power to cause great harm by not speaking up. We have to let go. We have to release our unwillingness to speak up, because whatever we do, we are moving something. And I think we've often become so afraid of saying the wrong thing that we don't say anything, and saying nothing is being complicit in a sense of approval for what's happening. I need to be willing to look stupid, and that's really hard. I don't think any of us wants to look stupid. We set up everything here at the center where we try to have ways of training people and letting people know what it is they need to do and what's involved in their volunteer position, because we don't want them to look silly in front of people. They want to be able to hand the basket down the right aisle, which won't ever be happening again and anytime soon. Baskets will be a thing of the past once we start meeting together. But the thing of it is, we want to set people up for success, not for failure. And so we try to do the right thing, and in waiting so long to do the right thing and deciding what the right thing is, we do no thing. And when we do no thing, the world takes shape around us without our input or direction. These are interesting times in which we live. We're being asked to move in ways that we haven't moved before, to do things in ways we haven't done before. And there's a beautiful Black feminist, Audre Lorde, who historian, poet. I mean, there's not much this woman didn't do. And even she said, when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard or welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak. I'm reminded of a quote from Teddy Roosevelt that I read in The Science of Mind a few weeks ago. The best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. So I would change that to the best thing you can say is the right thing. The second best thing you can say is the wrong thing. And the worst thing you could say is nothing. But I need to be part of what's going on. I personally may not have created the situation in which we live, but I have benefited from it. Consciously or unconsciously, I have benefited from it. because I had my DNA done. I am one of the whitest women in the world, for Pete's sakes. And what am I doing speaking up on racism? But I have to say something, because it's just not right that we judge people based on what they look like, whether it is the color of their skin, the shape of their eyes, the size of their body, the age that they appear to be, the gender that they appear to be, the way that they dress. We are taught over and over and over and over again, don't judge a book by its cover, and yet that seems to be the foundation upon which everything is built. We are looking at covers, we are looking at masks, and not the people. So mindful speaking begins with speaking up, learning, and saying the wrong thing if necessary, and being willing to be corrected and learn how to say the right thing. Do something. Do something wrong. But do something. I've decided I'm going to read a quote from Dr. Holmes. Well, first there was this, I wanted to close with this and then read the Dr. Holmes quote. This was from the notes about the talk today. Mindfulness occurs when we can slow down, breathe in, step out of reactivity, whether that is shutting down or slapping back, and align ourselves with the truest truth within us. Whether it's the internet or God, we can't connect unless we connect. We have to move within. We have to step within. We have to quit looking out there for answers and go within. And even if we just go back to the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If we would all just do that, for pity's sakes, that's really not that hard. Dr. Holmes, you and I should form the habit of taking definite time each day to contemplate and affirm peace with justice, for there is no peace possible without justice. But faith without works is dead. We should not only pray, we should act, each contributing the best they have to the common purpose, each willing to make any sacrifice necessary, for there can be no individual self-preservation without the preservation of all. Black lives matter. That doesn't mean all other lives don't matter. It means we've been behaving as though they don't. When we behave as though they all do, then we can say all lives matter. But right now, it doesn't appear that Black lives matter too. So that's why we say it. I can't pretend to have the right answers, but I'm willing to say something, even the wrong thing, rather than nothing. I'm rather willing to do something, even the wrong thing, rather than do nothing. I trust you can join me in that. Wherever you are, with whoever you practice your life. There's great good that can happen here, and we can be part of it. We are part of it, whether we step up or not. Will we be the ones that people had to stumble over, or will we be the ones pointing the way? That's where we are right now. It's now time for our practitioner, Radiant, to come up and bless the offering, and for the offering information slide to be revealed on the screen. Thank you.
Wow. That was amazing. So if you're getting something out of this talk, or if you've been to our center, and if you've heard Karen Drucker sing, oh my goodness gracious, wow. So maybe you consider giving a little more this week than you've given before. We have this great live stream we're working on better every Sunday. And now we have this oneness. Oneness is bigger through the internet because we're connected. We're connected to this oneness. So if you will pray with me, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one energy in the cosmic flow of all things. I know that as I speak these words, I move my prosperity into action with my conviction. It is already done. I know and affirm that anyone who can hear my voice, and for myself, that my prosperity is multiplied. The more I give in joy, from joy, the more I receive. But I must first give. I'm so grateful for every cent I spend in joy through this center that is multiplied back into my life and my consciousness in complete gratitude. I release this into the consciousness of things that have already come to pass by saying, and so it is.
Hey there, Reverend Linda, and everyone at CSL Eugene. Karen Drucker here. Singing you a few songs today. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Can you sing that with me? Let go of the shore, yeah. And let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. You have all you need. It's all inside of you. Close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. No need to make a plan. Your heart will be your compass. Just lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Sing it again. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Just float. Relax, let go. Float. Surrender and float. Just breathe and float. Relax and let go.
So grateful to Karen and her beautiful music. And I had forgotten that I had requested that song. And I think it's perfect right now because that's what we're all called to do, is let go of the shore. We're tied for announcements now. So as they're bringing the queue up, I just want to once again thank the amazing people who have been coming in to help, Gabby doing the filming and Michael doing sound, and Riley training Liz and Kathy Kleppinger, Liz Callahan and Kathy Kleppinger, in how to do the StreamYard. We still could use some helpers with StreamYard and with filming. Gabby needs some other camera people. So if you have any kind of inclination that you might be something of a techie, or that you might like to learn how to camera, excuse me. I'm sure Gabby will edit that out when we get there. So it's time for the announcements, and I am grateful to have them coming up here. I'd like them to be full screen if they can, because that way I can see them, because I don't have a typed list. So anyway, I know that the first thing coming up is the first part of July. Angela Alcantar is doing a book study. I think a 6 or 8 week book study on creating a world that works for everyone. And there's, I believe, from what I've seen on our Facebook page and our Facebook group, he still has 3 or 4 positions left in that. It's Mondays, July 6th through August 24th, creating a world that works for all. Then on that same week, on Wednesday and Friday, the 8th and the 10th, we'll just go with, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing Keys to Spiritual Practice, which is a 3-week class. We're going to be doing online on Zoom, and you can sign up online. Just look for our newsletter, and the newsletter will have a link for how to sign up. And then Angela is also teaching a course on this thing called You, and that's through the home office. It's a 6-week, and it is an accredited class. So if you are thinking in any way, shape, or form you might one day want to be a practitioner, and even if you think, oh, I don't want to be a practitioner, take the class and register for it, because I got to tell you, it is a fabulous book. It's Homes at its most accessible, and it's just good work. And beyond that, the 50th anniversary is still floating about. We have indeed moved our conference, our normal September conference, to next year. And at some point between now and the end of the year, I am sure things will be up to where we can finally celebrate our 50th anniversary, even if it's our 50 and a half. But I want to speak to you about that, because we're in this liminal time, because we're in this liminal space, and we're in this kind of limbo. It is a perfect time for us to create a new way of gathering in spiritual community. It is a wonderful way for us to create new ways of being in service to one another and to connect with one another. Because as all of this is going on, as the pandemic is happening, as the protests nationwide are happening, in our own spiritual community, we've had people with medical diagnoses that were not what we wanted, and people who've got people in their family who are struggling. Life goes on. Everything that happens goes on. And so we need to find a way to connect and be in prayer with one another. So if you in any way, shape, or form would like to be part of a steering committee or a planning committee or a dreaming group to create something new, call the office, contact me, let us know that you're willing to put some input in, some thoughts. We need your voice. It's, when I was doing weddings, I would say, when people wanted to light the unity candle, and a lot of places then they blow out their own candle, I said, no, you leave those 2 candles lit, because without a you and a me, there can't be a we. So without a you and a me, there can't be an us. So let's work together to create something that is so amazing. The people who need this will be beating down our doors or our website to get here. Thank you so much. I love you. I miss you.